Let's talk about budgets for a few minutes. If you had been mayor this year, how would your proposed budget have been different from the one submitted by Mayor Cooper? Freddie O'Connell.
Yeah, the good news here is you can see a lot of the improvements in the budget that the council passed because I worked directly on them. I worked with our chair of budget and finance, Kevin Roten, to ensure that not only would we have increased transit access to offer additional crosstown capacity, we would also be able to initiate community-based service out to Bellevue, where the James Lawson High School is. We worked to make sure that there was school safety funding in there. We worked to make sure there was funding for the arts in that budget above and beyond what the mayor recommended. We generally worked across the board to address priorities in the budget, including additional cost of living adjustments for Metro employees, who are some of the hardest working people in the city, and it is one of the best hedges we have against increases in cost of living is paying our public employees appropriately. So a lot of the things that I wanted to see in this budget I went ahead and fought for because it was the budget that I wanted to take over and inherit starting in October when I am sworn into the mayor's office. A lot of these priorities will continue over the next 4 years. It is really a focus on safety in schools, where we need to maintain progress that we've made. We saw incredible progress out of our schools today. Our teachers are the highest paid in the state of Tennessee as a result of recent budget decisions that I've been a proud supporter of. We will also make significant advancements in transit and infrastructure, and we'll restore the delivery of core city services, trash pickup and potholes chief among them. So I look forward to inheriting the budget that I already worked very hard on.
Thank you. Ellis Rolli?
Yeah, I would like to see greater accountability in our budget and our budgeting process. One of the chief goals of the mayor and the chief charges of the mayor is to set performance and accountability frameworks for every one of your tax dollars. I think Nashville citizens get frustrated when we see that we have a homeless challenge and we've purchased all of these pods that are sitting off not used. Nashville citizens get frustrated when we see contracts for equipment going to schools that stay in closets. These are things that don't make sense and that I think start to frustrate our citizens when we come back and say we need to raise your taxes more when we aren't necessarily managing the dollars that we have well. So what I would like to see in my next budget is a very clear sense of how our number one spending priority should be education in schools. It is today. But we need to direct the majority of our dollars to the school sites and to the academic outcomes for kids. Right now, only about 3/4 of our dollar, or only about $340 million of our school budget goes to actually pay regular teachers who are teaching in our schools, meaning we pay more for our debt than we do for the salaries of our teachers. We need to reverse that. We need more individuals in our schools to be paid that are in a role of instruction of our kids. That is a very simple framework, but it is one that the best urban school systems have followed to achieve better results.
Yes, Freddie O'Connell.
Great. I'll quickly note that most of the things Alice mentioned just now were purchased with the result of one-time federal funds, and in fact, many of us on Metro Council did call for accountability, but they weren't actually in our budget process.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of Metro, we know received hundreds of millions of dollars